Hello, my name is Marilla Bardock, and this is my Altogether Family Communication Project. Defining my family has never been easy, even before my dad had an affair with my best friend's mom, who was also my mom's best friend. We look like the traditional nuclear family from the outside. We have a mom, a dad. I have an older brother and two younger brothers. I'm the only girl. My mom was the only girl. Her parents are very wealthy. We went to private Catholic school. Everything looked good to everyone else, but our reality is very much shaped by shifting roles, blurred lines, secrecy, and a lot of emotional complexity. To start, here is my genogram. Oh, it might be backwards on your screen, but basically showing a lot of complications. You can obviously see my dad had a wife before my mother, who my mother actually brought that out of my dad during their fake divorce. This kind of just shows the divorces, the tension between a lot of people. My mom's brothers who are really tense, my brother and his girlfriend who are really close, me and my cousin who's like my best friend. There's a lot going on. Though my dad had an affair, my parents did stay together, but the tension that came with it never really left. I used to be close with my dad, now we barely speak. He was like my best friend. Like, I stuck with him throughout the divorce, even though he was the one that kind of made the wrongdoing. I felt as though I had an obligation as like his daughter to like be there for him, and it bit me in the butt. But my mom and I have never been close. We've always clashed. We're polar opposites. And my older brother struggles with addiction. He's been in jail. My younger two brothers are just kind of figuring it out, and I've always been a very dominant figure in my family. I'm not afraid to say what I think. I take care of my brothers. I care about them. They're my whole world. And even though I live across the country, that is still a very important thing to me. But we have some unspoken rules about our family dynamic, which is that we don't speak about them at all. And we don't talk about the affair. We don't talk about jail. We don't talk about therapy. We don't talk about anything that any of us have ever done that's unconventional. And that definitely shapes how we communicate. One of my family stories is that spaghetti family dinners were our ritual. We always made fun of my mom's cooking, but the meals really did bring us together, and the joking did too. Paxton, our undivorced celebration dog, my parents surprised us with him when my dad moved back in, and they said they weren't getting divorced anymore. And he was kind of a joke with us at first, but he was really cute, and he's a great dog. So he's like my soul dog. Like, I love him to death. So really good things can come out of such evil times. Excuse me. And we also joke about how I'm adopted because all my brothers have like blonde hair, even though I look identical to my dad. We joke about my brother being in jail, not around my parents, but when he was in jail, we would call and I would joke with him. I'd tell him the latest gossip with our family. We would laugh, we would cry. It just was kind of all the things. And even during COVID, we got stuck on Sanibel Island, which is in Southwest Florida. And it was me and my whole family, minus my dad, because that's when he was having an affair. And my best friend, my cousin, who's my best friend, and her family. And it was chaos, but it was forced communication. We had to communicate. We had to grow. We had to figure out each other's emotional complexity. And I think we would not be as close of a family if we did not have that time. And then on top of that, I surveyed some of my family members. I surveyed my aunt, my uncle, my two brothers, and two of my cousins. And I found that our top values are loyalty, kindness, honesty. We're a very honest family. As much as I contradict that with what I had said previously to each other, we are very honest with one another. And we care a lot about emotional support, laughter, openness, traditions like Sanibel, our Christmas Eve traditions like Cumberland. And my family describes themselves as very tight-knit, playful, loyal, very unique, I would say. Just always a lot going on with us, it seems. And our quality time score was a 4.83 out of 5, I believe. I did that. And personal growth was a 4.83, and honest communication was a 4.67. And honestly, to me, that makes a lot of sense. When I got those results back and I really did that, I was like, yeah, you know what, this makes a lot of sense, because a lot of that has come in the previous years, like very recently. And our mission statement was that our family is really trying to build a family rooted in honesty, kindness, and loyalty. And like, we're very committed to checking in with one another regularly, openly expressing our feelings, actively listening to those expressing their feelings, and obviously humor, storytelling. We stay connected through that. And, you know, we're here to adapt as we grow, and we model our values and how we live and how we speak. And I think that is a huge lesson that a lot of us have learned, especially over the past few years. And although my family is not perfect, we are very loyal to one another, and we're messy, but we're trying. And I really think that this project helped me understand that and helped put it into perspective, especially the survey, just like seeing like what my family, like outside of me, thinks about what's going on. And it really just started to paint the picture of like what our family is and where our family is going. And it's a story I'm definitely very proud to share. Thank you.